Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new Let's Play here on Zunker's gaming channel. I've been in between games as I finished Mega Man 3, I'm not gonna lie, but I figured at the time of this recording it's a few days before Halloween. I know this is going up a couple days after Halloween, but I figured I'd do a little bit more of a more Halloween themed game. I don't personally am not big into Halloween, but I figured I would do something that kind of fits the Halloween mode, and playing a game that I played for the first time this year, Bloodstained Ritual Tonight. Warning, I am playing this on the Switch. It is laggy. Do not play it on the Switch. I can promise you that. It is a bad game to play on the Switch. I just didn't feel like buying it for another system, and I'll deal with it. I did play this, but even with the lag, I do thoroughly enjoy this game, and we are going to have a good time with it. So we're going to go into game start here. We're going to start a whole new file, and we're going to name it, let's see here, ZGC, and I screwed it up, but I don't care, it's going to be that way. There is some extra characters that you can play as. I am going to keep it under Miriam, and I'm going to play in normal mode, because fuck the rest of them. But, so I am playing Miriam, and I will be playing... I tend to play as a sword wielder in this game. There's many variants that you can kind of play Miriam as, depending on what terms of weaponry and magic and stuff. I tend to use sword, and I tend to use some magic as well.
No longer would spirituality be their compass.
Now, if you don't know about this game, where have you been? But most of you probably have. This game is...
In 1783, just as the
creators whose name I'm blanking on, I can't really pronounce either, is his answer to Konami telling him that Castlevania games and Metroidvanias weren't popular. So he crowdfunded this game and a couple other Bloodstains to go with it, proving them wrong.
Fearing the rise of
he was right.
industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons.
So this was my second ever Metroidvania. I'm not typically into Metroidvanias, and I really only started when I played Super Metroid earlier this year or late last year, whatever it was. And I decided to give this a shot, and I enjoyed it. I have not touched this game since about 6 months ago, 7 months ago maybe. It's been a little while, so there might be some rust at first. So please forgive me. Should be a decently long playthrough. It's not anything crazy, but going through the stuff here, I'm actually gonna tear that down just slightly, I think. And we'll see how it goes if I need to adjust it back up for number 2. So basically, they did a bunch of Charbinders to try new things. There's craziness. 2 survived, including Miriam, who we are playing as in Evil. Somehow did not die from the ritual. Who would be playing as the protagonist, Miriam, who is pretty awesome. She's got a whole bunch of stuff that she can do. You can get potions, you can make food, clothing, and there's all sorts of things that you can do in this game, which is pretty nice. Especially if you're into that. You won't see me use it too much. There's crafting in this game as well. I use crafting relatively lightly, except for just certain minor things. I typically don't craft a ton.
Upon learning Jeeble is the architect of this new bloodstained ritual,
Bloodstained.
Miriam and the alchemist Johann set forth for the accursed.
But yeah, I had heard about this game for a while, and I seen a couple playthroughs, and I was always interested. But again, Metroidvanias have always been a I'm not sure, and part of that is, I think I probably mentioned this in Super Metroid, is I can get lost kind of easily in games like this, I've played so much linear games that sometimes going away from linear, although this game's pretty linear when you think about it, it actually kind of screws you up a little bit, and then you can get lost pretty easily. And then my first playthrough, I did get a little lost at times, but I end up figuring out decently well.
It was Jeeble's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
So a little bit more lore here if you want to read it. I'm not going to read it, basically. They're talking about Jeeble here.
I know.
The tattoos, if you will, on Miriam are part of the shard bending process. They do not change over time. I thought that would be cool if they did. Part of the process is you get shard benders get shards that theoretically it turns their skin into stained glass, and there's a red thing with that. And
I want you to know that I'm sorry.
And I thought that would be a cool
But my
thing to
brother
do, a
subjected
cool
you to-
aspect, but it's not in the game, and that's fine.
It
That's
was their
definitely fine.
transgression, not yours.
This game, when it came out, was pretty buggy, from what I've read, especially the PS4 version, where if you touched
Let it
a
go, Johannes.
bookcase, it was a
We
possibility
need
the
to
game just
focus on the
crashed.
task ahead.
So that's always fun. We don't have to worry about
Gilbert is
this in the
responsible
Switch
for the summoning,
version.
and I
This
have
game
to-
is laggy as shit in the Switch version. Again, I would
He was
recommend
my
playing it
best
on
friend.
any other system it's on before you play on the Switch version if you don't like lag. Lag doesn't bother me too much, but if I'm noticing the lag,
But I'm the only one
it's
who can.
kind of a problem. And you're going to
The
see it
shard
throughout this
experiments
playthrough.
prepared me for combat.
10 whole years!
Years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer.
This game also has voice acting, and sometimes it's
All I
good,
know
and
is the spell
sometimes
that
it's
stopped time for you was
voice acting.
Advanced,
It's actually not that bad.
arcane, but by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
And you can skip the scene if you want to as well.
I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get
ready.
ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
So here it's giving you some idea that you want to do. Rescue Blade, Risky Pistol is something that I got for buying the game. I don't remember exactly how you get it. You have a choice here. You can use a knife for self-defense. You can be a martial artist if you want. I'm not going to do that route, but it's something that you can do in this game. I'm a pretty big knife user. And yeah, I'm going to turn on Risky Bandana, the half-genie outfit. Oh my god! Oh, we can put both these on. I have to keep the scarf on. So we have we got our weaponry.
Good. You're prepared.
Yes,
Next order
yes
of
she
business
is. Oh no, enemy, a weird squid-like
I'll
monster.
take care of it.
And that is a shard. I think that is an automatic shard. A crystallized form of the demon cannot be handled by ordinary humans. Press X to trigger a projectile attack. It tells you what it is the first time. And you can increase the shard's ability by getting extra shards. There's other ways of enhancing the shards as well.
I've forgotten the way it felt. Like
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal embedded. The strength you gain from it is undeniable, but eventually, the crystal will devour
This
you.
never happens, by the way.
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
In massive. And
I
there's
know
their
my
out.
body's limits better than anyone. And I'm going to need all the power I can get. And if I run into trouble, you can help me.
Thanks for giving me a choice
Welcome,
in the matter.
Johannes.
Well, I won't let you down. Just promise you won't.
Oh no. Well, he did.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have been.
Then they can
No
help
shit.
me wake up these
That's
muscles
not what she
of mine.
asked.
I'll wipe the deck with...
So, welcome to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. You could destroy lamps and lights and stuff to find extra stuff, just like Castlevania games. Castlevania games handled. You can also break walls for random stuff. If you know Castlevania games, you are not going to have a problem with this game. That I can promise you. Again, this is the easy ability. This is the beginning stages, so don't expect this to be some sort of... we did get a potion there. Press up on your D-pad, or on your D-pad to unlock it. I'm going to
This
try to
device
use my
responds to
D-pad
magic.
in this game.
Maybe I
We'll see how
just
that
need to hold my hand up to it.
And I do have a shard that I can use here, the Cerulean Splash. And And that, just to show that off, we'll show that off in just a little bit here. And to do that, you just press X. You can like shoot it. But that uses the MP bar. In the top left corner, you have your health, which is the top red bar, and the first bar is the MP bar. I actually think the Cerulean Splash is a pretty solid thing to get right away. I actually like his shards from what I can remember. Especially early game. Go here. And we're leveled up. Level up you don't really do anything with. I think the equipment's randomized. It does show you the difference if you put on a outfit or one type of accessory you put on. Here I would lose 11. So that's not really good for me. It's good. And there's an HP max. That's what I'm talking about. Broke a wall, got an HP max out of it. Boom, shakalaka. And I don't know where all those are, and we're not getting involved. I want to make it very, very, very clear this is not 100% playthrough, so do not expect a 100% playthrough. Candles can drop roses. That's what that just said. That is their main purpose. That's for MP, and when you already have enough MP, it will drop money. Money will be used later on in the game. And you can grind if you want. I am not a huge grinder in games like this, so don't expect me to be insanely overpowered. If I had double jump, I could get up here, but I cannot. Something that we can come back to later. Music in this game is pretty phenomenal, if I must say so myself. The Cerulean Splash is something that you can pretty much figure you're gonna get a lot of the right way. Holy shit, what is this guy? Holy shit. My magic here. And, oh, we got a shard. Nice, nice. Early shard wrench. So there is different types of shards. Attack by using a double hammer's head. That's a flail. That's pretty nice. We'll show that shard off. I'm not going to be showing off all the shards, obviously. But we'll show off some. The red is the conjures. These are, gives you like some sort of magic ability like that. It does something. Manipulative. We'll talk about it a little bit. That's, I forget. Directional. You point. Like this, and then you hit. Oh, I don't have enough MP for it. Thruster ring, I think, is trash. So I do something. a little bit different with my stuff. If I know something's weaker, I just mark it as a favorite, and that actually tells me that it's shit, and I don't want it. So like that's weak. Rusted ring. Is pretty ass, and then this is so. And then I can sell later on. Your mana, by the way, does over time also increase, so that is nice. Hitting these bookshelves gives you just random stuff. This tells you all the attributes and what they look like. I think you can read them somewhere. I don't remember. You have two choices here. I'm gonna go down, I think. So the paralysis of choice sometimes gets to me. And we have a save room. Save room heals you and replenishes your HP completely. I'm actually curious. When was the last time I saved my Miriam playthrough? May. So I was pretty right. So usually nothing in here, so you don't have to typically hit walls and stuff like that. But, and on the map, which you hit select to bring up, they shows you some chests that you might miss, and also shows you red rooms are save rooms, and then there'll be green rooms that are teleport rooms. Show this off later. I suppose a chest over here. There it is. That gave me a potion. We like potions. You can only keep so many potions on you at any given time, which is a little not my favorite thing in the world, but I kind of understand it. A lot of games are like that, so that's fine. So you have a couple choices here. I'm gonna go in here. These guys are real easy. And now that I've leveled up, my attack's slightly higher, basically. That thing shoots at you, so... Oh, we got our first purple shard. Directional shard. Again, our first official one. We have one already. ZR activate. Then we got the flame can. The flame can is actually really good. I do like that, so we will show that off. Half GD Fireball uses up a shit ton of MP. And it is decent. So this is the fireball. You actually have to use it here. This is an automatic shard. Hit your ZR on your switch or like right trigger of some sort. I'm guessing on other ones. And that shot that. So a little bit of a environmental thing there, which is kind of cool. But I do like this shard. I don't use my directional shards as much as I should, but they are pretty nice. Sugar. Now I'm torn because, like, you know, this is the worst part of games like this for me, and why I kind of avoid them sometimes. And there's an MP max up. That's always nice. There's so many ways you can go. This game's I said it earlier. This game's kind of linear in the way you do things, but there's still choices to make. It doesn't really affect it too much. You probably end up going everywhere anyway if you really wanted to. Although I certainly didn't. That is quite unfortunate. But now I can't get back up there because I tried to make the jump. I could have probably missed something. That's fine though, because you can usually find your way around. You're never gonna get stuck per se. You kind of see the lag here. Chest here. Some of these chests, by the way, that is for a gun. You can have guns in this game. That withering limb is a material to be used for crafting. So something to keep in mind too when you're inevitably grinding this game. I was mentioning the music. The music in this game is really, really good. Oh, I got a Galleon map. So, getting a map, you basically unlock everything in that little area you're in. This is Galleon Minerva, and you can see how decently sized this is already. Yeah, but the music is pretty excellent. I'm a big fan of this music. Short sword. See if that's better. This is gonna happen a lot. Oh, okay. So now that I know the Kung Fu shoes aren't good, this isn't good, this isn't good. I'm gonna keep the pistol though, because fuck it. Maybe there could be a scenario where you want a gun. That was cool. Just cut the heads off. Another books. This is another archive. Flashing air tick. Perform up to 3 spinning kicks by repeating the same command. You have to wear certain types of things, but there is special abilities you can use in this game if you're into that. You will not see me use almost 0 of those. Another save room. We will save our progress again. That heals your mana and your HP and your MP and everything else. I thought I said it backwards and I didn't, and I realized it midway through my sentence, so that's why that sounds stupid. It heals everything, basically. Save often. Because there's gonna be bosses you will lose to in this game, probably. Unless you grind and you're god mode, but... Okay, there is a chest. Kind of stuff. And this area gives you stuff, which is always nice. Always swell. As far as resources, you really probably aren't gonna have too much trouble with money and resources if you play it right. Are you a heavy user of that stuff? Maybe. Maybe you could run into some problems, but... Honestly, I don't see too much danger. Got more area that I just cannot get to in my current state. There will be abilities that I use later on that you can. There's some of that lag I was talking about. So be prepared for that. This thing's annoying as shit. Well, he off-screamed himself, so that was kind of nice of him. Goal. Yeah, having the risky blade right now, which, I forget the game that it comes from. It's a real indie game. It's kind of an interesting one. It seems like something that I want to give a shot to someday. Claymore is a very interesting weapon. So Claymore is going to give you some heavy damage, typically, but it's also a two-handed. This would be a better weapon currently, if I didn't have the risky blade. But Claymore, the problem with the Claymore and two-handed weapons is it is a very long windup, which can be fine. But I'm somebody in games like this, I like speed. Although that might not be a ton more speed, but I just don't like the way the Claymore looks, and it does leave you open to attacks. And there's a level up, so my abilities go up ever so slightly. Hey, you got these. So here, we're back in here actually, if we want to be in here. I really don't have a particular reason. I mean, we got some stuff. So we have a room we haven't went into yet. We haven't been here at all. I'm hairband. I do apologize, folks. So this one's interesting. So it's kind of like what you want. So there is different attack stats. Attack is physical attacks, right? And strength is, you know what? Where is it? So it's got some interesting abilities. I forget there's a spot. But some of this matters for luck is for finding stuff, which is always nice. Intelligence is more for magic. Strength is for attack, defense. Constitution is your health. Mind is. I think attack is an all-encompassing attack stat, no matter what you use. Strength, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, mind though is magic defense. So that's something to keep in mind if you're facing some magical enemies. That your defense doesn't matter. Hey, we got a gun. Always nice to have a gun. We'll show off the gun for a little bit here. Why not? It's actually better than the risky pistol. Actually, it's not better than the risky pistol. Oh, it goes up. That's what it is. It's not going down that many. I'm dumb. It's going down to what that is versus. The thing with guns in this game, though, you have to have bullets to use it, and I find that fascinating. But I also find that to be where I don't care. Like I start like, I don't necessarily care. Another MP up, always nice. And 1,000 gold. That's gonna be nice to have early game. Fuck you. So yeah. So if I do decide to do grinding, please be known that I will not grind. I'm actually going to save here. I'm not going to. That's that. By the way, that was the area that I ended up deciding not to go to. You came back to it anyway, so not a big deal. I'm gonna grind for stuff off screen, so to speak, off. Not during the playthrough. Typically, there might be sometimes I do it, but it'll be very, very, very rare. I should have left that orange as the actual weak spot, or I'm just doing that for no reason whatsoever. Alright. We got a whip. Whips are fun, but not nearly that useful. And we are currently back outside again. Might as well get some. These chests do. I don't remember exactly what. I know that like the red and gold chests like that are always going to be a money chest. There's some that are always going to be a resource or a weapon type of chest and stuff like that. So do I remember exactly what they are? That's why we got double jump here. I could double jump to over there, but I can't. And actually, a rare-ish drop. Luck helps with drops. So I can't make that. I can't get in that top room yet. This door right here is a boss room door. You don't want to go in there yet? No. And I would recommend you don't. You can kill a rat or two if you want. There's more gold. I love gold. So I got a decent amount of gold. I think I got over 2,000 gold so far. 2,300 to be exact. I don't know if those rats give you anything or not, but I feel like you probably do at some point because you kill them and they end up treating them like demons. So maybe they're demon rats that don't do anything to you. I don't know. Oh, they attack you, so. But we are headed to our first boss, our intro boss. And let's see what we're facing here. And, ooh, okay. There's Geeble. Geeble has turned evil on us.
Beauty.
Geeble, tell me you didn't do this. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense with what you're wearing.
After
Why
all the
are you like
sins
that?
humans wrought upon us.
All the sins
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies.
Shantae is where this is from, and there must have been some sort of collaboration. Shantae, the half
I'd say I've
blood hero or something like that. It's a very interesting game. I've seen it play. That looks interesting. It's definitely a game that I want to take to play at some point, and I probably.
What it's like to no longer be human.
What? I never thought I'd hear those words from you. was the one that came to you broken. Convinced I was a monster.
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my
Give me
hope.
hope.
Don't you remember?
Don't you remember?
Master Jeeble, we must return.
Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers
of hell.
If you
A lot of
can
religious
still claim to
sentiments
be
in this,
human at the
in
end
this
of it
game,
all,
so if you're not like cool or into
perhaps
that,
I
don't
might be more
watch this
inclined to
playthrough.
listen.
I don't really care.
Come, Gregory. We're leaving.
If you played
Jeeble,
Curse of the Moon, I think it was called, you would have a general understanding of some of these characters as well. Although those games are not actually interlinked in terms of timeline, they're two separate timeline games. Holy crap, we have a boss. But that boss will have to wait until the next part. That's right, I'm blue balling it here. We'll talk about her on next time, so join me Wednesday. Hope you guys had a hell of a Halloween. It's coming up in a few days. Hope it was enjoyable. And you got whatever you want to do. Until next time, everybody. Deuces.